Happy 34th Sunday in Ordinary Time. Today is the Feast of Christ the King, which is the last Sunday of Ordinary Time before we start into Advent next week. And one of the realities that's being expressed in today's feast is, go figure, that Christ is King. He is Lord over all things. Think to that passage in John's Gospel where Jesus is talking to Pilate. And he says, "My kingdom is not of this world. If it was, my subjects would be fighting for me. Even so, the authority that's been given to you is not yours." All of these things have been preordained, that God has sovereignty and rules over all of these things. And because of Christ's sovereignty, there's a certain judgment that he is able to make. Think to the last 2 weekends. Last weekend we had the parable of the talents. The weekend before that we had the wise and the unwise virgins. And then today, this Sunday, we have this separation of the sheep and the goats. All of these parables are saying that to be a part of the kingdom of God where Christ reigns, there are certain expectations of us. We have to be ready with our oil in our lamps. We have to use the talents that we've been given and make dividends on them. And then today's gospel, we have these very stark, concrete things that we must do in order to be welcomed into the kingdom. It's these physical, corporal works of mercy. When I was hungry, you gave me food. When I was thirsty, you gave me drink. And I want to say to all of you who reached out to me during these quarantine days, thankfully I'm feeling pretty darn good, just waiting for the end of my sentence here. But when I was sick, you visited me by text message. You asked me, "Are you hungry?" because you can't go to the grocery store, and so you asked if I needed food. And then now that sickness is passing and I just have this cough and sore throat and stuff, I was a prisoner and you visited me by text. And so I want to thank everybody for doing those things for me, because since you did them for me, you did them for Christ. And even more than that, there's a certain relationship that we have that let you be able to do that. And the more we're willing to have relationships with others gives us more opportunities to practice these corporal works of mercy. It's difficult whenever you see somebody on the side of the road and think, I don't know if they need help or whatever else. I don't know if they're just asking for money because it's easy, or they're going to use it for something poor, or if they're actually in need. And I don't know the answer to that either. I don't know every individual human heart. But are we open? Are we willing to go out and meet people wherever they're at? Are we willing to, as in the midst of finals and all the suffering you guys are dealing with there, whenever we see somebody who maybe looks stressed or alone or whatever else on campus, I don't know how easy that is right now with this pandemic business, but if I see somebody who is distressed, maybe that's an easy one that we can deal with. Am I willing to say, "Hey, are you okay? What's going on?" Because this is really the stark point from Christ. If you did these things, you get to go on to eternal glory. And if you did not, I will judge you. I gave you opportunities to serve me in the poor and in the weak and in all sorts of circumstances. And what did you do with it? So friends, I don't mean to scare you out of hell, but I want to inspire you towards heaven. The relationships we have here on earth matter deeply. St. Benedict, one of his watchwords is treat all people as if they were Christ. Whenever you meet a Benedictine monk, they should ideally be seeing you and say, "This is Christ that is coming to visit our monastery or to walk into my life at this moment." So where is Christ right now for you? Where is the King of Kings? Where is he walking into your life? And are you able to recognize it? Are you going to do something about it?